Hey guys, Banana Luck here. Welcome back to another Water Realms video. We had quite a bit of comments from our last video, so I'm glad that people are actually watching it. And we basically tested Ezareth in Arena, in the actual Arena testing, because people have said for the longest time that the Arena mobs look a lot weaker than what's on Global. And apparently on the Friendly Face-Off page, that's not actually the same case. So we managed to find another fellow content creators team that we tested out quite extensively, and I've seen a lot of comments suggesting some other things to test out. So that's exactly what we're gonna do today. So firstly, we're gonna test against this team again, but this time around we're gonna run Ezareth in a Hells Lament Att Ring. Previously we're running crit damage, and Corey from the Shire actually reached out saying that you might see better results from that. So let's see if we can one-shot waves with that change. The other thing is that we wanted to also see how the cultist team works out in defense. So Corey has actually very nicely set up a cultist team. We're going to test out against this with our own cultist team, so the lower BP one. And then we are also going to test this team with a Valara Ingrid team to see how it fares. So that's all the tests we're going to do. Is quite a bit of stuff, and as you have seen from my video yesterday, quite a bit of RNG when it comes to testing against that Valara team, because he tends to die around wave 7 most of the time. So yeah, let's get into that without further ado, and hope you enjoy the video. Alright, first test we're going to run is against the Arbiter team that we did last night. And we're going to do the exact same sequence. Only difference is that Ezareth is going to be in the Hells Lament Att Ring. And let's get into it without further ado. Alright, first things first. Put Kane down. And once we have Diao Chan, I'm gonna switch here and do the Kane ultimate. Slap him, one shot for us. And now we're gonna wait for the next wave to come out. Here is where we need Ezareth. It's about to come out shortly here. It's gonna do one swipe and then we switch into Devourer mode. That's gonna burst down this wave. There we go. And wave 3 and 4, more timing required here. We basically have to wait for this first wave to move off before we can switch to the destroyer mode here. There we go. And it's gonna come out nicely for the second bit here. And then we're gonna switch over to the Devourer mode, burst this wave down. There we go. Alright, now we have Burles down. Let's switch over. And then once this guy start moving in, do the Keen ultimate. Okay, a bit earlier than them, but yeah, it's not by much. Okay, once this guy's move out, we're gonna switch him into Devourer mode again. What we ideally hope to do here is to actually consume one of these mobs, so that we have one stack left. That one stack is gonna help us to finish off this wave, hopefully. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit slow here, unfortunately. There we go. Gonna get all the stacks back here. Do the ultimate switch again. Wave 6 we're gonna get punished here. He's definitely gonna clear out this wave a lot sooner than us. There you go. There you go. Yeah, so quite down already here. Let's see if we can do any good here still. Wave 7 is where he normally dies. So let's see if RNG is in our favor here. We can keep him alive slightly longer. Down to the last wave. Looks like he's surviving too, which is great. And once this guy's moved in here, we're gonna do the Kane ultimate. There you go. He's struggling slightly too, but not by much. I want to switch immediately here. So this summon's doing great work here, but we still lost that round. Switch back. Might switch a bit too early there. Let's see. Burlis might die here. Or rather, everything might die. Yeah, I think that's one of the perils of this team. And you can see that he's doing just fine, so... I mean, my placements could be better, timings-wise, but I really don't see that Hells Lament switch doing a lot of changes here. I could be wrong, I could be running this a lot better, but at least this is the best team I've found so far going up against them. Next test we're gonna run, we are gonna be using the Arbiter teams ourselves, and I have some defense setups to run through. So first one will be this one. It's actually similar to what we run. My only concern here is I'm not sure how reliable the auto is because most of us on test server are quite new to setting up Ezareth. So let's see how it goes, whether this team can actually beat what we have normally on the Valara Arbiter teams. Because there's sort of BP cheesing there with a much lower BP than what you usually see. Gonna put Valara down here first. There we go. Let's hit the option up. Was it placement here? Yep, that's right. Switch to the inspiration mode. And before this guy's move off, we're gonna cast the lightning there. It's gonna allow us to one-shot some stuff there. There we go. And he's gonna one-shot the second wave as well. Alright, now that we have that down, we're gonna cast the ultimate on Valara here and use the lightning before this guy's move off. And that's gonna instant clear for us because of just how low the BP is. I mean, this team is gonna clear out this wave pretty quickly as well, but it's not faster than Valara clearing things before they move off. Now we have Ingrid in here. And yeah, we're both hanging by a track there. I think Ingrid's gonna get her blast soon, so yeah. Okay, now we move off to this wave. We're gonna do the Valara ultimate in a bit here. We're just waiting for Earlis to join so that she has a more consistent ultimate here. There Gonna be a bit slower there. You can see that Ezareth instant clearing that wave there. That's not too bad, as we did manage to get an edge in the earlier waves. Now we put Earlist down. I believe Ingrid's about to go into Overload in a bit here.
My prayers will guide you.
Overload's a bit late.
My prayers will guide you.
And now we have Earlist up, we can actually safely run Valara's ultimate.
My prayers will guide you. Fetch them, my love.
I'll just wait for the last guys. My timing's a bit off here. Let's see.
Others are stayed. Some fates end, others are stayed. My prayers will guide you. My prayers will guide you.
Bit slower again on that last wave. Ingrid's gonna go into Overload here so that things up nicely.
My prayers will guide you. Some fates end, others are stayed.
There we go. I don't think it's a good run, to be honest, on my end. It is definitely not optimal because I had other test runs where I did a lot better and the opponent was at a much lower HP. You can definitely one-shot wave 6 and 7 with this team a lot better than what Ezareth is doing. So very clearly on defense, at least from this particular test, it does not seem like, Ezareth can actually cheese out the defense at lower BPs. Now we're on to another arena test. This time it's going to be a higher BP team. It's going to have Beatrix involved, which many people were asking about as well. So let's head in, do the same test, and let's see if this Arbiter team can actually stand up against to this cultist team at all. Because the BP is slightly higher than what we have here. So first unit is down, going to be Valara.
I cannot afford.
Don't worry. I only want your souls.
I'm gonna put Diao-chan and switch her over here.
Darling.
There we go. And this is where Beatrix is supposed to shine because she is able to push through this earlier waves better than us. Let's see. It's pretty at parity. I mean, we just need one more hit here to get through.
Some fates end, others are
We're gonna proc the ultimate here. And once these guys move off, we're gonna use the lightning. And yeah. Timing's a bit off on this. You can see he's not hitting the last mob, so I'm not too sure what to feel about that.
By the sun and stars, we will prevail.
And there you go. You can see we one-shot that wave there, even though we are at 600k BP. And he's just gonna take major damage from the Arbiters here. he does one-shot that once it comes out, but it's kind of too late. Because I'm just one-shotting stuff as they come out. Unfortunately, the last mob died there. Otherwise, that would have been a perfect chain that would have ended that wave a bit earlier. Alright, now we're on the last few waves here. Go. I've had lightning there to help out with that, but yeah. Once this guy's land, we're gonna pop the ultimate. Wait for the next wave, and yeah, unfortunately his team dies. It's the Beatrix that dies there. He does clear slightly faster than us here, but let's see if he survives through to the end. Valara doing a lot of damage there. I think this is gonna be it for him. It's definitely not keeping up in terms of damage. I mean, the caveat here is for all this defense testing that we're seeing, these teams are not, I think, set up as well as they could be. Because at the end of the day, the way these teams were set up was against other friendly face-offs. It was not off a defense testing where it was built up eventually to a more perfect state. So at least, you know, we get to see those tests. My conclusion so far, just based on all this testing I've done, is that it's way easier to run a Valara Ingrid team. Most people have most of these units already, and you have soul stones to actually bring them to the decent awakenings. And on those notes alone, it just feels like this new team is quite a hefty amount of investment to get to, and you might not even see much use of them beyond Matrix or Malrix at the moment, because right now in Arena, I just don't see them working out as well. You can see this team was trying to use Beatrix to cheese up the first few waves, but it's just not working as well as it intended to be. But yeah, those are the questions that were asked. So first of all, our first test, we ran the same thing, but we used Ezareth on the attack ring. I don't think that worked out. It is a significant boost. We are one-shotting some waves better, but it's quite hard to survive to the later rounds. And then the second test, we tested the same BP cheese team that I was using at about 500k BP to see if Valara can beat it, and they definitely can. And in that run, we wouldn't even optimize. We could have definitely done better. And then this very last round that we did, it was a 600k BP cultist team, and still that couldn't really live up to, you know, our expectations. So yeah, this can be it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found that helpful. Just some follow-up to the questions that were posted. And hopefully that gives you guys a better idea on what, whether or not you should summon. And yeah, if you have any more questions, leave it down in the comment section below. I don't think I'll be testing any more of this out. I'm sick of testing Ezareth. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. See you in the next one. Goodbye.